Oh, the drama just keeps getting messier. Justin Bieber secretly reached out to Selena Gomez after her album dropped, and they've decided to patch whatever is left of their friendship.
What is your relationship like now with Justin?
I support him.
Hailey found out, and she is obviously not happy about it. Buckle up, because we're diving deep into this messy love triangle. Justin reaches out to Selena. Justin's feelings for Selena have been a subject of intense speculation long after their final breakup. In numerous interviews over the years, he has spoken about her with a mixture of nostalgia and reverence that has kept fans wondering if he ever truly moved on. In one particularly telling interview, when asked about the best part of his teenage years, Justin responded with surprising candor.
I would say, best part of the teenage years. Got shut off perfect timing.
I know, right?
That was like huge.
Deep.
It's on purpose.
Yeah, we're getting deep.
What was it?
Owning a Ferrari.
No, not that.
Going deeper than that.
Sickest part when I was probably my relationship with my ex-girlfriend.
When the interviewer noted this was on the list of topics they weren't supposed to discuss, Justin simply said,
Yeah, well, we're not going to talk about it, but I'm just going to say that and we'll leave it there.
This kind of statement, while vague, has provided ample material for those who believe Justin's heart might still belong, at least in part, to Selena. Fan theories abound about Justin remaining obsessed with Selena, with social media users pointing to various perceived similarities between Hailey and Selena as evidence that Justin wanted a fake Selena in Hailey. These theories gained traction as observers noticed what appeared to be instances of Hailey copying Selena's style, ventures, and even mannerisms. When Selena launched her cooking show, Selena Plus Chef on HBO Max, Hailey later debuted her own cooking show called What's in My Kitchen, which bore striking similarities to Selena's program in format and presentation. Even more eyebrow-raising were the parallels between their beauty brands. Selena's company Rare Beauty was established before Hailey's Rhode, and fans were quick to point out perceived similarities in their marketing strategies and product presentations. The controversy extended further when Hailey was accused of copying smaller beauty brands as well, even down to product descriptions. But perhaps most intriguing are the alleged similarities in their interviews. Fans have compiled clips showing Hailey apparently echoing Selena's exact wording in different interviews. In one example, Selena had stated, "Somebody asked me a while ago, what's the one thing you wish people knew about you? And I said I wanted it to be my heart." While Hailey later said in a separate interview, "People didn't really know me. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know Hailey for Hailey. And I just always had this constant battle where I was saying, I wish people just knew my heart." The rabbit hole goes deeper. In 2019, Hailey debuted a tattoo of the letter J on her ring finger, clearly a tribute to Justin. However, fans noted that it bore a striking resemblance to a ring Justin had given Selena back in 2012. Whether this was intentional or coincidental is impossible to determine, but it added fuel to the ongoing narrative of Hailey consciously or unconsciously emulating aspects of Justin's relationship with Selena. When Selena had a listening party for her album at Craig's Restaurant in West Hollywood, Hailey reportedly showed up uninvited, arriving before the event started and staying long enough to overlap with it. According to social media reports from the evening, when the restaurant began playing Selena's music upon her arrival, Hailey's stylist Maeve allegedly asked a waitress to play Justin's song Yummy instead. When the request wasn't fulfilled, Hailey and her table supposedly started yelling Justin's name, an account that, if true, suggests an unusual level of competitive behavior. These incidents, taken individually, might be dismissed as coincidences or overanalysis by fans, but collectively they paint a picture of a relationship triangle that remains emotionally charged years after its supposed resolution. The social media drama reached a boiling point in early 2023 with what became known as the eyebrow feud. After Selena posted a TikTok mentioning she had over-laminated her eyebrows, Kylie Jenner and Hailey posted about eyebrows shortly afterward, which many interpreted as mockery directed at Selena. This led to the hashtag #TeamSelena garnering an astounding 1.8 billion views on TikTok as fans rallied to Selena's defense. The situation escalated further when a video resurfaced showing Hailey gagging at the mention of Taylor Swift during her time co-hosting Drop the Mic. Selena, a close friend of Swift's, defended her in the comments, writing, "So sorry, my best friend is and continues to be one of the best in the game." The exchange highlighted how their overlapping social circles continue to create friction points. Taylor Swift herself has largely stayed out of the drama publicly, though her 2020 comment to the Wall Street Journal speaks volumes about her loyalty to Selena. "I knew from when I met her I would always have her back. In my life, I have the ability to forgive people who have hurt me, but I don't know if I can forgive someone who hurts her." Some fans believe Swift's song Question from her 2022 album Midnights subtly references the Justin-Selena-Hailey triangle, though Swift has never confirmed this interpretation. Both women have made efforts to quell the feud rumors. In September 2022, Hailey stated on the Call Her Daddy podcast that it's all love between her and Selena. The following month, they posed together at the Academy Museum of Motion Pictures Gala in what appeared to to be a deliberate attempt to end speculation about their relationship. However, social media incidents continued to fuel the narrative of tension between them. In March 2023, things came to a head when Selena addressed death threats being made against Hailey. In an Instagram post, Selena wrote, "Hailey Bieber reached out to me and let me know that she has been receiving death threats and such hateful negativity," indicating that despite public perception, there was at least some direct communication between the two women. Throughout all of this, Justin has maintained a relatively low profile regarding the drama, though his actions have been scrutinized for any indication of where his loyalties and feelings truly lie. His mental health struggles have been public knowledge, with Hailey standing by him through difficult periods. However, this has not stopped speculation about the state of their marriage, particularly as rumors of tension began to circulate. In a more philosophical interview, Justin once tried to explain his confusion about relationships with women, inadvertently providing insight into his perspective.
I just never know what women are thinking. Because it's just like they say one thing and they mean another thing, and they're like, do this, and then, no, don't do this. And then I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
You know? Or they're like kissing you and then they push you off of them, and then I'm like, but why? What's going on?
Yeah.
These comments, while not directly related to either Selena or Hailey, reveal a certain bewilderment about romantic relationships that may help explain some of the complexities in his personal life. As 2024 approached, the dynamic shifted once again when news broke of Selena's engagement to musician Benny Blanco in December, signaling a definitive new chapter in her life. This development prompted varied reactions from fans, with some suggesting that Justin is crying somewhere, while others celebrated Selena finding happiness with someone new. Interestingly, in January 2025, reports emerged that Hailey had liked posts related to Selena's work, with headlines noting, "Hailey Bieber gets dinner with Kendall Jenner before showing support for Selena Gomez's film." This suggested a potential thawing in their relationship, or at least a strategic move to appear supportive in public. But let's walk back to the beginning, the entangled past. When it comes to celebrity relationships that have captivated public attention for over a decade, few have been as scrutinized, analyzed, and dramatized as the complex triangle involving Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, and Hailey Bieber. But to understand the weight of the situation, we need to travel back to where it all began. The year was 2009. A 15-year-old Justin Bieber was making waves with his debut singles One Time and One Less Lonely Girl. His appearance on the Today Show would prove to be more significant than anyone could have imagined at the time. It was here that a 13-year-old Hailey Baldwin, brought backstage by her father Stephen Baldwin, would first meet the rising star who would later become her husband. "My daughter Hailey, we've been enjoying your music." These words from Stephen Baldwin marked the beginning of what would become one of the most discussed relationships in pop culture. But this was just the first of many encounters. Hailey would continue to appear at various events where Justin was present, from his Toyota concert series at Rockefeller Plaza to the premiere of his movie Never Say Never, where she was spotted watching from the sidelines as he walked the purple carpet. Fast forward to December 2010, when Justin and Selena Gomez were first spotted as a couple at an IHOP in Philadelphia. Their relationship, which would become known as Jelena by fans, was officially born. What followed was a tumultuous on and off romance, spanning from 2010 to 2018, marked by public declarations of love, breakups, and reconciliations that kept fans and media outlets constantly guessing. All the while, Hailey remained on the periphery, allegedly keeping tabs on Justin's whereabouts and movements. According to some sources, Hailey was not just a casual fan, but someone who actively sought opportunities to cross paths with Justin, even during his relationship with Selena. In a revealing YouTube video from 2019, a self-proclaimed former Justin Bieber superfan named Dana claimed to have helped Hailey in her pursuit of Justin. Dana, who ran a fan account with over 200,000 followers, stated that Hailey would regularly reach out to her for information on Justin's location. According to Dana, "We would give her that info because she would either stay at that hotel, or she would eat at that hotel, or do whatever at that hotel so she could bump into him." This alleged behavior paints a picture of a young woman determined to make her teenage crush a reality, a determination that would eventually pay off. The situation became even more complex in 2014 when Justin and Selena entered their longest break yet. By this time, Hailey had become close with Kylie and Kendall Jenner, who were also friends with Justin. This new connection provided Hailey with easier access to Justin without having to rely on fan accounts for information about his whereabouts. Throughout 2014 and the years that followed, Justin and Hailey were spotted together on multiple occasions, from dinner dates to movie outings, sparking speculation about the nature of their relationship. However, Justin's heart still seemed tied to Selena, as evidenced by his public statements and interviews during this period. In one particularly revealing interview, Justin described Selena as the love of his life, saying they were so in love, nothing else mattered. This continued emotional attachment to Selena reportedly didn't sit well with Hailey, who appeared to respond by subtly expressing her feelings through social media. As the years progressed, progressed, observers began to notice what they perceived as a pattern of Hailey seemingly attempting to emulate Selena. Fans have compiled numerous examples of Hailey posting photos in outfits similar to ones Selena had worn earlier, sometimes as soon as 24 hours after Selena's posts. These similarities extended beyond just clothing to poses, accessories, and even tattoos. For instance, on June 4, 2015, Selena was spotted with a new tattoo behind her ear, the letter G, reportedly a tribute to her baby sister Gracie. Remarkably, just 12 days later, on June 16th, Hailey was seen with an almost identical G tattoo in the same location. Hailey explained that her tattoo was an homage to her pastor's daughter Georgia, but the timing and placement raised eyebrows among fans. The drama intensified in early 2018 when Selena checked herself into the Preva Swiss psychiatric facility in Connecticut. During this time, it's alleged that Hailey drove past Selena's home with her pastor's wife to confirm that Selena was still in therapy, a claim that, if true, would suggest an unusual level of interest in Selena's personal struggles. 2018 would prove to be a pivotal year in this triangular relationship. Justin and Selena briefly rekindled their romance in early 2018, only for Selena to end things for good a few months later. Then, in a move that shocked fans and media alike, Justin married Hailey in September of that same year, just 6 months after his final breakup with Selena. This rapid transition raised questions and sparked rumors. In interviews, Hailey has claimed that she and Justin officially started dating in 2016, but this timeline has been disputed given Justin's relationship with Selena in early 2018. As one commenter pointed out, if that's the case, why was Justin dating Selena just months before your wedding? The timeline becomes even more interesting when we listen to Hailey's own words on the Call Her Daddy podcast, where she addressed rumors about being a homewrecker in Justin and Selena's relationship.
People were confused on the timeline you're talking about of like, is she a homewrecker? So I guess my question is, Hailey, were you ever with Justin romantically at the same time as her?
No, not one time. When him and I started hanging out, like, okay, let's just put it this way. When him and I ever started like hooking up or like anything of that sort, he was not ever in a relationship, ever, at any point. I would never, it's not my character to mess with someone's relationship.
She continued to defend herself, stating emphatically,
I would just never do that. I was raised better than that. I'm not interested in doing that, and I never was. Like, I can say, period, point blank, I was never with him when he was in a relationship with him.
Despite these clear statements from Hailey, the public fascination with this triangle didn't diminish. If anything, it grew stronger, particularly after Selena released her song, Lose You to Love Me, in October 2019. The lyrics, which include the line, "In 2 months you replaced us like it was easy," were widely interpreted as a reference to Justin's quick marriage to Hailey following their breakup. Interestingly, shortly after the song's release, Hailey posted a screenshot of herself playing Summer Walker's song, I'll Kill You. While Hailey claimed the timing was merely coincidental, many fans saw it as a direct response to Selena's song, further fueling the narrative of tension between the two women. Now that we have a clearer picture of their entangles past, it's great to see how all this might end. The secret contact and the aftermath. The release of Selena Gomez's album, Rare, in January 2020 marked a significant moment in her career and personal journey. The album, which included the emotional single Lose You to Love Me, was widely interpreted as Selena's final musical statement on her relationship with Justin Bieber, with lyrics like, "In 2 months you replaced us like it was easy," and "Set fire to my purpose and I let it burn." The song seemed to provide closure to a chapter that had defined much of her young adult life. What few knew at the time, according to several sources close to the situation, was that the album's release allegedly prompted Justin to reach out to Selena privately. The exact nature and content of this communication have never been publicly confirmed by either party, but rumors suggest it was a message of appreciation for her artistry and perhaps an acknowledgement of their shared history. This alleged contact occurred during a period when Justin was still newly married to Hailey, having tied the knot in September 2018 in a courthouse ceremony, and later holding a larger religious ceremony in South Carolina in 2019. For many observers, the timing of this supposed reach-out raised eyebrows. Why would a newly married man feel compelled to contact his ex-girlfriend, especially one with whom he shared such an intense and public history? According to insiders familiar with the situation, Hailey discovered this communication accidentally. Some accounts suggest she saw a notification on Justin's phone, while others claim that mutual friends inadvertently revealed the contact to her. Regardless of how she found out, the discovery allegedly led to a significant conflict within the Bieber household. Hailey's reaction, as described by those close to the couple, couple was a mixture of hurt and frustration. After years of being perceived as the other woman, or the rebound, despite her insistence that her relationship with Justin began only after his final breakup with Selena, this discovery reportedly felt like a betrayal. It supposedly reinforced her fears that she might always be competing with the ghost of Justin's first love. For Justin, the situation reportedly created an uncomfortable dilemma. On one hand, he had made a commitment to Hailey and was attempting to build a life with her. On the other hand, his history with Selena spanned nearly a decade and had been formative for both of them. Navigating these complicated feelings while maintaining his marriage required a delicate balance that insiders claim was challenging for the young star. To her credit, sources close to Selena indicate that she maintained appropriate boundaries during this exchange. Having moved on with her own life and focused on her health, career, and personal growth, she reportedly responded politely but briefly, not encouraging further communication. This aligns with Selena's public statements about focusing on her own journey and healing following their relationship. The aftermath of this incident allegedly contributed to ongoing tensions in Justin and Hailey's marriage. In March 2023, Hailey's representative was forced to deny claims that she had liked a post mocking Selena and her fiancé Benny Blanco, stating categorically, "This never happened," and calling it a fabricated narrative by a content creator. By early 2025, divorce rumors began to swirl around the Biebers, with reports claiming they were arriving at and leaving events in separate cars, and speculation that they hadn't lived together for some time. Hailey's father, Stephen Baldwin, even publicly asked people to pray for the couple on Instagram, further fueling concerns about the state of their marriage. Around the same time, blind items began circulating alleging issues of depression, substance abuse, and infidelity within the relationship. While these unverified claims should be taken with extreme caution, they contributed to the public perception of a marriage under strain. One particularly persistent rumor relates to Justin and Selena's brief reconciliation in early 2018, just months before his marriage to Hailey. Some sources have suggested that this reunion was prompted by an unexpected pregnancy, followed by a miscarriage. This unverified claim, if true, would add another layer of complexity to the relationship dynamics, potentially explaining Selena's decision to seek treatment at a wellness retreat and the rapid succession of events that led to Justin's marriage to Hailey. Despite these challenges, Justin and Hailey announced they were expecting their first child together in 2023, a development that should have represented a new chapter for the couple. However, according to some online reactions, Selena Gomez began trending on Twitter following the announcement, not Justin, Hailey, or their baby. This public response highlighted how the shadow of Jelena continues to loom over their relationship, even as they attempt to build a family together. What's particularly fascinating about this triangle is how it has evolved over time, yet remained fundamentally unchanged in the public imagination. Even as all three individuals have grown, matured, and moved forward with their lives, the narrative of their interconnectedness persists, shaped and reinforced by social media speculation, fan theories, and occasional interactions that reignite interest in their shared history. In March 2025, Hailey broke her silence after reportedly unfollowing Justin amid rumors of marital woes and his anger issues. This development, coming years after the alleged secret contact between Justin and Selena, suggests that the ramifications of their complex history continue to reverberate through their present relationships. Looking at the situation objectively, it's important to recognize that much of what we know about these relationships comes from unnamed sources, social media speculation, and fan interpretations, rather than direct statements from the individuals involved. The reality of their private lives may differ significantly from the narratives that have been constructed around them. What is clear, however, is that the emotional entanglements formed during our formative years can have lasting impacts that extend far beyond the relationships themselves. For Justin, Selena, and Hailey, navigating these complexities while living under intense public scrutiny presents challenges that few can fully comprehend. As we conclude our exploration of this fascinating relationship triangle, it's worth considering a more compassionate perspective. These are real people dealing with real emotions, attempting to make sense of complicated relationships while millions watch, judge, and speculate. Whatever the truth behind Justin's alleged contact with Selena and Hailey's discovery of it, the situation reminds us of the universal challenges of moving on, finding closure, and building new relationships in the shadow of significant past loves. For Justin and Hailey, the journey continues as they navigate marriage, parenthood, and the persistent public interest in their relationship. For Selena, her engagement to Benny Blanco represents a new chapter that hopefully provides the happiness and stability she deserves. And for fans, perhaps there's value in remembering that behind the headlines and social media posts are three individuals trying to live their best lives while carrying the weight of a relationship history that has been dissected, analyzed, and mythologized beyond recognition. In the end, the story of Justin, Selena, and Hailey is more than just celebrity gossip. It's a reminder of the complexity of human relationships. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Justin, Selena, Hailey saga, make sure to click on any of the cards showing on your screen for more.